Hey, this is Brian Smith, and welcome to Podcast on Wheels, powered by Power Loops. Today, we've got one of my good friends, a local guy from here in town. He's played some baseball, he's been around horses, and now he's helping people find the right campers and things to facilitate, their needs. Paden, thank you for being here today.
Absolutely. Y'all doing okay today?
Things are great, brother.
Wonderful.
Things are great.
I'm excited to be here with y'all.
Awesome. So, Paden, I wanted to get a show with you and set up, you were one of the few people that saw this prior to what it is now, right?
Absolutely.
And so, tell us a little bit, because I've never asked you this, and I would love to hear, what were your thoughts when we're in here talking about, we're going to build this, we're going to do that, how do you hook this up, how do you do that? Tell me some things, as far as how do you do this, and so enlighten us.
Yeah. So first time meeting you, thought the world of y'all, first of all.
Thank you.
But I hear a lot of people coming in and talking about what they're going to do, how they're going to do it. Usually cost and thing gets in the way of that. But when I first met you, I heard the dream and I heard the vision, but it's one of those things until you see it and actually see the after effect and what comes of it, talk is cheap sometimes, right? So I was optimistic that it was going to happen. It was going to be something big. But it was until I saw it afterwards is when I was like, okay, they do have something going. Yeah.
Cool. And you've back us up in your story. You grew up as a military kid, right? Traveled. So
I did.
Tell us how was the life growing up for you?
Yeah. So I was actually born in Germany.
Okay.
My father was military, so we traveled quite a bit. Most of my family is from Ozark, Alabama. If you blink too quickly, you'll miss it.
I actually have played baseball there. Okay.
Have you
That's
really?
the last time I stole a base in 1999. No, but I have played baseball in Ozark.
Can't believe you know where Ozark is. That's awesome.
Yeah.
A lot of people know where Troy is, Troy University. So I kind of always talk about Troy. But grew up in Ozark starting out. And then we kind of just went all over the world. I have a brother that was born in North Carolina.
Okay.
Went to Germany, went to Colorado Springs, and that's where I came from.
Okay.
So I've been here now since 2002, and it's just, I've loved Alabama ever since.
Awesome.
Kind of getting back to my family's roots here.
Nice. And then from the military days, and then you played a little bit of baseball, right?
I did play a little bit of baseball, yes.
And that's one of the things as people know my background. And
of course.
Whenever I hear baseball, it's like best friend.
Absolutely. Right? Everybody that's been through that knows that.
Yeah.
It's some trials, but no, I loved baseball. I was a second baseman.
Okay.
Absolutely miss it every day, but I got hurt. And after I got hurt, I was kind of done there.
Yeah.
So went and finished my college, Alabama.
Okay.
And it's just been grinding ever since in the camper world.
I hear you. And tell us a little bit about your background with the horses and how does that work? Because I have some experience from arenas, rodeo type, but you're talking about show horses, and it's just different. It's the same, but enlighten us about that.
Believe it or not, it started with my mom going out to a horse barn one time, and she fell in love very, very quickly. And I, at first, was not open to it. I just, one of those things, I have so much going on that I just didn't get into it right away. So we kept my mother kept going with it. And one day I went out with her. And after I went out with her, I rode one horse and it was over with me. So it turned in and grew into showing horses. And of course, I started off small. I didn't show ride at first. Learned how to ride them, learned how to take care of them, clean stalls, things like that. Had to do the muck work to get to the big game. But it turned into showing horses, and I did that for many, many years. And that's something, again, because of some of the injuries I have, I can't ride like I used to. But we still have horses, and I love taking care of them, and I love just being around them is just something that I truly, truly love. But no, the show world is something I miss every day.
Awesome. And horses are amazing animals.
They are. I mean, people that always say, oh, they're too big, they're scary. I just see them as a big dog. Yeah. That's all that is to me. Just one that if you mess up and you get underneath, it might hurt you a little bit more. But I do love the horses.
Yeah. So in the horse world, the show horse world, as far as, the campers and towing and all that kind of stuff is, tell us, the trailer. I've seen some impressive trailers. I've seen some amazing. I've seen, you know, I asked the guy one time, and he was a calf roper, and I said, "Hey, you've got Smokey's limo was a tag on the front of the truck," and I said, well, "Why did you do this?" He said, "Because that horse is worth more than the truck, man." You know, I mean, so, but how, you know, what kind of that's just something that when you get into that world, you know, how do you participate to continue? It's not a cheap world to play in, right?
It's not a cheap world to play in. No. I mean, all the way to the feed that feeds the horses. Well, and you start small, right?
Okay.
Just like with anything, you have to build a foundation.
Right.
And it's something where I was very fortunate to have a family that could do that for me. Sure. But you start small, and you get bigger and bigger, better and better horses, better gear, better things, because you want to make sure that you're staying in it before you go all in, right?
Gotcha.
But once you get that first win, it's something that it's that high that you just want back again.
Yeah.
So it just grows and grows and grows and grows.
Yeah.
So it's I love the horses.
Awesome. How many horses you got now?
6.
6.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. They're all in Rogersville, Alabama.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I've been through there a few times. And
Again,
got somebody's.
you blink, it goes away again.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But it's a beautiful little area, man.
It's
beautiful.
Gorgeous up there.
And so to bring us kind of to now, you grew up military, you graduated from Alabama, you did a little baseball, some horses, and now you're doing campers. Like explain to us like what you're doing there.
Yeah. So I am lead sales for an RV dealership.
Okay.
And what we do is we view the customer as someone we can help find a dream of theirs, right? We want to get them out there. Everybody wants to travel. Everybody wants to go see state parks, national parks, see the U.S. And the best way to do that is from inside the state parks, not in a hotel. And so I help them realize that dream and help kind of guide them. I'm in sales, but I don't want to sell. I want to help.
Right.
So I help guide them to figure out exactly what they want, exactly what they need, so they have a great time and they don't have to worry about, okay, maybe we got the wrong one. Maybe we did this. Maybe we did that. Right. So I'm there to help, but it's something I love to do. I'm a people person.
Yes.
So it really kind of fits with my everyday. I'm an outgoing guy. I want to talk.
and from our first interaction, November 18th, 17th, it was probably November 15th, 16th of 23. And, you know, you did exactly, and I can vouch for this, you did exactly what you're saying you do.
I appreciate
You didn't sell me one of these things. You met with us and you said, okay, what questions do you have? What are you trying to accomplish? And you provided information. Right. You know, so, you know, you've been doing this for several years, right?
I have.
Okay. And you go to shows, you get updates. How do you keep up with the campers world? How do you do that?
the camper world changes. I mean, you could almost say daily. Okay. But no, it changes every year. Okay. They're trying to one up each other. They're trying to do better, trying to always make the better product, right? So what we do is we have training. We have reps, of course, that come in and help, but always reading, always studying the next thing coming out. So I can stay up to date to help people. So I can help you find that right one. And it gets to be a lot, don't get me wrong, but the best thing for us as salespeople is the product knowledge. So whatever I can do to learn, whether it's traveling to these manufacturers and going through their buildings, seeing how they build them. I want to be able to tell you the inner workings. I want to be able to show you that, hey, yes, what you see is great, but also what's underneath is great. Right. And it's going to hold up if you want to go out to Colorado. You want to go see the Rockies. You want to go to Oregon. Do you want to go, down to Florida? You want to go to the beach. Right. So as much product knowledge as I can have, that's really where I kind of strive to do better at, for sure.
Step into the future with Power Loops, the king of off-grid power, where our proprietary system is changing the game of energy. This isn't just power, it's freedom. The freedom to live, work, and play anywhere powered by our innovative technology that taps into the Earth's natural energy. Our system is designed for efficiency, durability, and sustainability, ensuring that you have reliable power 365 days a year without harming the planet. Whether you're traveling in the RV, the remote wilderness, or just opting out of traditional power grids, Power Loops provides the ultimate solution. Join us in leading the charge towards a cleaner, greener, and more empowered world. Power Loops, the king of off-grid energy. Awesome. And the one thing that I've seen in just talking to you here is that there's a common theme with what I've heard throughout your life. Baseball has a cool way of teaching us life lessons sometimes. You know, you can be 0 for 4 and still win the game, which, you know, is hard for people to understand, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, my team won, but hey, I should have done better. And then the horse world can be humbling as well.
Very much so.
Right?
Very much so.
And it can give you some instant feedback, and sometimes that's hard for people to handle.
Right.
So, and now you're still just really being you.
Absolutely.
And you're getting to help people.
Which is something that I love to do. Again, I'm a people person.
Yeah.
I want to meet you. I want to get to know you so I can help you. But you know, you said something funny, baseball, right? Mm-hmm. You might have a bad game. You'll be running foul poles afterwards, but it's very, very humbling. The horse world is as well. I mean, you have to take loss in stride, right? But you also have to celebrate the wins. And it has all led me to this point where I love what I do. I enjoy what I do. It's made me the man I am, traveling with my father, doing everything I've done. So I truly enjoy it. But yes, it's all very humbling. It's all a learning experience, but it has led me to where I am now, and I love it for sure.
And I know you're not going to mind me asking this question. How old are you?
I'm 34.
34.
Ooh.
But there's, you know, and I've got you by several years. The thing of it is I love to be able to talk to somebody that I would call a kid. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, and your outlook on life. I mean, how do you keep the positive attitude? Because I know you have stuff, right? Everybody has stuff.
Of course.
Right? But how do you bring that energy every day? Because I have been to your store multiple times.
Sure.
And I've yet to see you sitting there like this, right? I mean, how do you bring that every day?
Well, I'll tell you, you know, being that kind of way, I mean, that does no good for anybody, right? Wake up every morning, try to go to the gym, try to get out, go for a walk if that's as least as you can do.
Right.
I am a Christian, so I wake up, I pray. Love to read the Bible, love to go to church. That helps me stay positive, even through the hard times. Everybody has stuff. And I really focus God.
Okay.
But no, getting up, going to the gym, getting out. And I want everybody around me to be positive, to be happy. So if I can do anything to help that, that's what I want to do. So I'm going to try to stay upbeat because I want to lift you up. I don't want to bring you down. And tell you what, first time meeting y'all did the same thing. So we were in good company for sure.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. And I do sincerely mean that, brother. And you said that before we started the show.
I did, yeah.
And that got me, bro.
I appreciate it.
It's like, you know, we talk a lot about God in here, okay? And we open up. And it's like, hey, without that foundation, what do we have?
What do you have? Absolutely. Well, it's, you know, I started going to church. I'm old Southern Baptist with my grandmama. Okay. I don't know if you've ever been to an old Southern Baptist church. I was there
on Easter with my grandmother where my granddad started the church. Okay. Yes.
Okay. So, you know, so you go out and you get the new outfit right before Sunday service because you have to look beautiful.
Yes.
But no, I was raised Southern Baptist. Now I'm non-denominational, but one thing stays the same and constant. It's Jesus. So everything that happens, definitely it's to him. It's up to him. But no, staying positive, keeping up that energy is something that I take good pride in. I take great pride in. And hopefully I can help somebody, change something, do something to positively affect someone else. So that's why I try to stay a good attitude, even during those tough times. Because again, we've all been through them, right? Yeah. But no, and luckily I'm in a place now where I get to do that with different people. And even if I don't sell the camper, I don't I don't get you to that point where you're ready to purchase. Mm-hmm. Hopefully we become out friends. You're smiling when you leave, and we create a relationship there that, again, positively affects them, positively affects me, and it helps during their day.
That reminded me of another guest on a show we had, and she said, well, I just have to look at it that maybe not everybody's my assignment. Some people are just going to leave upset. Amen. Some people are going to do these things.
That's right.
But, and I think that's why the energy between us was so good in the beginning, because, I didn't have to walk up to you and say, do you believe in God? Do you do this? Do you do that? It is exemplified in your personality and how it comes out.
Well, I definitely appreciate that. And I try every day. Again, we all fall, right? We all have that one day, but no, I definitely try. And I think that's why we did connect. Yeah. You could tell that you uplift people. And I think I told you before the show, somebody you really didn't even meet said, him and his wife uplift people. That's what they do. They bring an aura. And I just, we kind of fed off of it, and we had, a great time.
And it was, when you do something crazy like that, the studio we built in the back of a toy hauler, I think this is, that's crazy. I think this is a 21 model Gray Wolf. I think that was the stickers that were on it.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
You are, because I didn't know. But y'all had exactly what I was looking for, and I look back at the night that we had the idea. And within 48 hours, we're over there talking to one of your guys, and then you come in and help us there at the end to make sure that everything's exactly what we needed and wanted, right? Sure. But, what other thing could it be other than God taking me to you? I didn't go to another store before yours, okay? I didn't, and I couldn't remember exactly which one was where over off of the boat, and it's like, I'm just going to go down this road and I'm going to make a left, and I think there's some over here on the right.
Yeah.
And
here at Smith Financial Services, we take care of small business owners, 1099 contract workers, and their families. We know insurance can be rough if you're a small business owner, so we are here to make things easy. Visit our website, smithfinancial.services, to learn more.
Yeah. And then I show up and meet you, and it's like, God has a way of providing opportunities and things, right? So, as we've built this thing out and got to meet cool people, this allows me to go back and do what you get to do on an everyday basis. Right? So, with your team, with your training and the stores, the coolest thing about this so far is if I'd have had a sales guy in here before, what's he going to talk about the whole time?
Sales.
And money and closing. And
whatever it might be.
You haven't said close them yet. You haven't said ABC, always be closing. It's not.
Of course. The sales motto,
yes, right? It's not. And that's because if you would have, guess what? I wouldn't have bought it.
100%. 100%. Well, we wouldn't be sitting here now talking to each other. And I'm fortunate enough to work for a company that kind of is built into their foundation. So I got extremely lucky. And just kind of going off what you said, it's God, fate, whatever it might be. You walked in, you found the right one. I got to meet you, which has been great. But no, watching it come from there to now, sitting here now looking, it's unbelievable. And y'all have done an absolutely fabulous, magnificent job.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So I'm going to put you on the spot here, okay? Sure. I'm going to ask you for some help here. I've done quite a few shows back here. Okay. And when people watch the show, they're like, are you in a van? Are you in a Sprinter? Are you like, what are you in? So give the people like an idea of kind of what we're in here, because you're going to do a better job than me of explaining it.
Yeah, so this is what they call a toy hauler.
Okay.
So there is a big door behind this nice TV y'all have set up here. There's a big door that goes down for toys. Golf carts, motorcycles, bikes, kayaks, canoes. This is for a smaller truck, something that everybody can pull, right? But no, this is truly for kind of a go everywhere type of camper and take your toys with you. And it just so happened it worked out. It was perfect for what y'all were looking for. It is a travel trailer. And it's perfect for what y'all were looking for, which is, again, crazy to think of that it was the first place you walked into And was it the first one y'all walked into?
Yes, sir. Because if you come in on where the service is in the middle of your building, if you will, I think we went through the gate on the side.
Right.
And as we turned right, this one was sitting as close to the building as it could be.
Yeah. Yeah.
And your guy, Josh, he was like, hey, let me show you this one. I'm like, bro, I'm not buying one today. That's
final last words right there.
Yeah. But I was like, no, this is not. And my wife and Stu came in and they were like, bro, it doesn't have the wall. Because some toy haulers have a divider wall, right?
Sure.
And so this one just kind of was laid out.
Mm-hmm.
But, a couple weeks ago, I was able to bring this over to show you and your team.
Yeah.
And to see you guys look at it and go, wow, okay. So that got us motivated.
Absolutely.
Right. And there's some other parts to this thing that, we'll talk about after the show.
Right.
That we're able to do. But, what would be one thing if somebody was looking for a camper? Because I'm gonna have to pull this out of you, okay? If somebody was looking for a camper and they wanted it's their first camper, how would you walk them down that path?
Yeah, so it's all about for me, and I know for my team as well. We don't just automatically go out to the lot. I don't want to just start off and just start showing you campers. I want to know what you're going to do with it, how you're going to use it, where you're going to use it. Why? So we truly find out the purpose of why. And then from that, then we will take you out and we'll show you some that fit exactly what you're looking for, not the ones that, I think you want to buy or I want to sell you. This is for you. And this is for the person coming in through the door. So it's through, we call it an interview. It's not really an interview. It's me and you sitting down.
Right.
Shooting it up and getting to know you a little bit. And hopefully through that, I'll find something that works for you. Uh-huh. And I think Josh, when he initially talked to you, that's kind of how it went.
Exactly. No, he did exactly that.
Which is amazing. And that's something we try to teach our guys. And I know my management team, they instill in us and it works. It works. And we truly enjoy it because, again, I'm not selling you, I'm helping you. Mm-hmm. And it leads to something like this, which is amazing. Y'all have done an amazing job, and I'm excited to see where it goes.
Awesome. Give us, because I've never looked at this. Y'all have plenty of inventory.
Sure.
It was very impressive to see when Josh and I talked, and I said, "Hey, I think I'm looking for a toy hauler. I think." I don't really know, but I know I need space. Mm-hmm. And he's like, for what? And I said, for a podcast studio. And he goes, okay. And there was no judgment there. I didn't feel like, okay. But we walked out and looked. But if somebody came out to your store today, like about how many do y'all keep in stock? And y'all have how many locations across? Yeah. It's 30, is it 30?
38.
38. I was going to say 34. I couldn't remember the exact number. Okay. 38 locations. So you're able to find people what they need, even if you don't have it out of I don't want to guess how hundreds or however many y'all have out there. Mm-hmm. Okay. There's a lot. But if somebody wanted to get in, what would kind of be an introductory? Like, is how much are they looking? And can you, one thing that I learned, you can finance these things on a little bit lengthier term than I knew.
100%.
Okay. So kind of tell us how that works.
Yeah. So again, it's gaining the knowledge so you can make an informed decision, right? So we have roughly around 75, 80 on the lot right now. Okay. And it fluctuates between 75 and 150.
Okay.
Again, trying to have something for everybody. It doesn't work that way all the time, but you try to have something for everybody. Right. As you alluded to, though, I have 38 locations. So if I can't find it here, I can find it somewhere else.
Right.
But we again, just try to cater to the person and what we can do to help. And hopefully, again, I have what you have and we'll go get it if not. But starting out, there are entry level points to this world, just like anything. You know, you got your first baseball glove. I got my first baseball glove. You got your first bat. I got my first bat. And you didn't go get the highest dollar one. It was, no, absolutely. We probably couldn't afford the highest dollar one at the time, right? But no, they fluctuate. And I mean, if you wanted to spend $5,000, $2,000, there's something out there for you. Okay. And you wanted to spend $100,000 because you're going to travel the world, sell your house, live in it, and go on this big adventure, which happens a lot. There's something for you too. Yeah. So great thing about campers is it gets you out in the world. It gets you outside, which we definitely need more of these days. Yes. And it's affordable for everyone that wants to do it. Right. And it's, again, gaining the knowledge, right? Going into a dealership and just asking those questions. Yeah. And hopefully you stumble into a dealership that will help you and that will guide you through that process and not force you through that process. Okay. All right. And you know, I have to ask you this question here because this is part of what we're looking at is, you know, we were able to bring something in here where we can have the generator, we can be unplugged. There's different ways to do this. And the RV world, you know, when I first bought this one, I was like, okay, how much is the generator? How do you do this? But there's now other opportunities, right? There's other things that you can do. Sure. So, you know, how does that work? So depending on what you're wanting to do, there's different things you can do to supply power to support a camper, right? You do have the generator side, whether it be gas, LP, propane. Okay. Now the world's really leaning on solar. Okay. Trying to get into that avenue, right? Cost effectiveness of it is not quite there yet. Honestly, it's just not quite there yet. Oh, trust me, I understand. I understand. There's some money there. Because we're doing it. Yeah, absolutely. But it's solar really is kind of the future. But generators, of course, your typical amp power. And some places you can take, like the parks have plug-ins and they have other things, right? Like I talked to one of my friends who's got a massive toy hauler. Okay. Or had. Okay. Okay. And I was like, bro, what if you could have, you know, and he's like, no, we went where I knew I could hook up. I knew I could do this. And so there's something for everybody out there, right? Of course. I don't know about you, but I have more fun at the places where there are no plugins. I got you. Just because it's in the middle of nowhere. But no, if you wanted to go to most state parks, most national parks, you're going to have all your power supply right there. You're going to have your hookups for all the water, everything right there. Yeah. Which is great because it's all included in that price they give you. Okay. There's even parks that you can stay at for months at a time, years at a time. If you wanted to be there full time, you could. Some parks supply bathhouses. Wow, if you don't want to use your camper's restroom. Right. But no, whether it's plugging in, generator, solar, I mean, again, you can go anywhere and do anything in these things. And that's why I truly love them. And I'll tell you how ignorant I am. On November 18th, when we brought this home, a guy came by and he's like, oh, so you got a camper? I was like, yeah. I said, but I don't know how to, like, can I plug this thing in the wall? But just don't, like, yeah. Oh, there's an adapter. Right. But see, that's how ignorant. When I brought this thing home, you know, and I know Josh told me, and then your service guy walked me through it and told me everything, but I'm like, what did they say about this? And then, but I was able to, another compliment to your business, the guy that walked me through after, you know, the delivery, I would call it in the car world back in the day. He said, you know what? If you have anything, call back up here. Right. And on a Saturday afternoon at 5, 6 o'clock, I don't know what time y'all closed, but somebody was still there, picked up the phone, answered a question for me, and told me how to get that adapter hooked up. So I could hook it up. Absolutely. You know, so that's just another testament to your store and your people. Well, we appreciate that. And that's, again, what we pride ourselves on. So that it's amazing to hear it come to fruition. Sure. And I'm a guy who's better for it. So, you know, as we kind of bring it full circle, we're concluding the show here, you know, not to put you on the spot. And I know you said you're reading the Bible, you do. But
Is there a quote? Is there something that if you want to look in that camera just to encourage somebody, maybe they're down or maybe they're thinking of this, like, like I said, you've always got that smile and that energy.
Sure.
So is there something you could share with us, kind of wrap up?
I don't have a quote off the top of my head, but what I can say is it will get better. Things will change.
Yeah.
If you strive to work harder and you wake up every day, definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and expecting a different result, right? So change the norm, do something out of your comfort zone. Things will get better. Things will come to. I am living proof of it, and just work hard and go through the day, and it will get better. So I think that we focus on the negative of society and things, and I just wake up, put a smile on your face, and go.
I applaud that, brother.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
Paden, it was an honor to have you in here, and we're going to continue this friendship. And if you ever need anything from us, you let us know. Okay?
I appreciate it, man. Same to y'all. I'm here to help and hope that this grows and blossoms into the future. I'm super excited to see where it goes.
I'm enjoying today, and tomorrow God's got that one too, right?
That's exactly right.
Amen. All right. So, guys, thank you for watching Podcast on Wheels, powered by Power Loops.